Good morning, everyone. So the last time I saw you, we started looking at how to predict products. So I thought since I was not going to be here, I'd throw a little review out there to make sure you have a pretty good understanding of how to predict products. You'll have to predict the products of three different types of equations: combustion, single replacement, and double replacement. We're going to do a small little short video clip for each so that you have an example where I talk through the process. All right, what you see here is when you have any of these problems, there are a set of steps that you're going to do. And this is the order that you want to do it in terms of processing in your head so that you get to the correct answer. So the first step is classifying the type. Right? We kind of talked about the patterns that we see in each type. Use those patterns to decide which reaction it is. The next is you're going to write the products because you're going to be given the reactants. I have a few reminders over here about predicting those products. We'll make sure we tackle those reminders as they become present. Then at the end, you balance the reaction because we're always following the law of conservation. And this last part, number 4, it says write chemical names. You will not have to do that for all of those, but you still need to be able to do that. That's something we learned last unit, so that's really more of a review portion of this. All right, so here's an example that I have listed. It's C3H8. Reacting with oxygen. So the first part is identifying the type of reaction. And this is what I see. I see a compound made of carbon and hydrogen reacting with oxygen. And I know the reaction that always looks like that is combustion. So I'm going to identify this as a combustion reaction. Okay, that's step 1. Now that I've classified this, what do I know about combustion reactions? They always have the same products. Those products are carbon dioxide and water, or dihydrogen monoxide if we're using the chemical names. Okay. Right? So, and those are both written correctly. Number 3 is balance the reaction. When I look at this reaction, on the left-hand side, I have 3 carbons, and I only have 1 on the right side, or the product side. So I'm going to add a coefficient of 3 in front of carbon dioxide. Then when I look back on the reactant side, I have 8 hydrogen atoms. If I look on the product side, I only have 2. My best bet is to put in a coefficient of 4 to make sure those are balanced. All right, so now on both sides, I have 3 carbon atoms. Both sides, I have 8 hydrogen atoms. All right, the last thing I'm going to balance here is my oxygen. If I look at, on the product side, coefficient of 3, subscript of 2, that is 6 oxygen here. And then in water, I've got 4 times 1, 4 oxygen here. That gives me 10 total oxygen atoms. The best thing to do then is to put a 5 in front of oxygen on my reactant side. And that is an example for combustion.